What is going on, guys and girls? I hope everyone is doing well and having a fantastic week. So far today, this is a long awaited video. This is something that I get messages about on Instagram all of the time. What's your opinion on XRP? What do you think is going to happen to Ripple? When do you see all-time highs being breached? So today we're going to be digging into the technicals behind XRP and why I think this is getting ready for a parabolic move to catch up with the rest of the cryptocurrency market. And we're going to see those all-time highs from December 2018's bull run actually finally taken out. To give some context on why XRP's price has been suppressed over the past 7-8 months when we've seen the rest of the cryptocurrency space absolutely mooning. Back in December 2018, the SEC announced that they were going to be opening up a lawsuit targeting Ripple as a company and their holdings of XRP. So Ripple's holding of XRP has always been quite controversial in the currency space. The rest of the currency world, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, the big ones, they are all truly decentralized. There is no one person or entity that has a significant majority holding of that crypto. So Ripple is a little bit different. When Ripple minted their XRPs and put them out there, Ripple still owned the majority of XRP. So this was very controversial back in 2018, and the way that the team got around it, the CEO, what they decided to do was actually put those coins in treasury and selling off fixed chunks at allocated times. The SEC opened up this lawsuit essentially saying that they don't see XRP as a currency, they see it more akin to a share in a company because Ripple still has so much control having that majority stake. And along with issuing shares, you need heavy regulation. There's going to be a lot of rules around it, whereas the crypto space is completely unregulated. That's not entirely true. Crypto coins are completely unregulated. The actual platforms which hold, sell, and you can buy them on, there are regulations behind those entities that have to exist. So this lawsuit that was filed back in mid-December 2020 created a lot of controversy. There was a lot of speculation. And what ended up happening was a lot of the US-based platforms ended up removing and delist the XRP coin from their platforms. So investors could continue to hold it on their platforms, but they couldn't buy it and they couldn't sell it. And this whole scenario has massively suppressed the price of XRP because there's a lot of speculation about when will this end, what will the result be, what does it mean for Ripple, what does it mean for the price of XRP. The lawsuit is still ongoing, which means there is no outcome yet. We do not know the outcome of what this lawsuit will bring. There's, again, a lot of speculation around it. But essentially, it's just held the price back because there's still a lot of investors who are uncertain. They have that huge uncertainty of where the price is going to go because they don't know the outcome of what this lawsuit is going to bring. Interestingly, this is something that a lot of traders and investors will know. Usually the technicals will actually predict the fundamentals. So a lot of the time we see in the currency space or the equity space, the high impact news that's announced, the global macro behind what moves the currency markets, the technicals can give us the indication of what the outcome is likely to be. And the technicals that I'm seeing on XRP right now are looking extremely bullish. So that's what I want to cover today. This is sort of the opportunity of the week. Every week on a Monday, we drop a TMC Hype newsletter, which is free. Make sure to go sign up if you're interested in receiving that. We're just dropping free nuggets for everyone, free value for everyone to consume. And it's kind of become a running theme within that for me to drop an opportunity of the week in the crypto space, what I'm seeing as amazing technicals giving these strong opportunities. So I want to dive a little bit deeper into that, but make sure to check that down below and register it with your email. It's free information, so go check that out after the video. So let's hop onto the charts right now, have a look at the charts that I'm personally looking at in order to build this thesis bias behind why I think the technicals for XRP are looking as though we could see a parabolic run and that all-time high of around 3.2, 3.4, depending on the platform you use, taken out for good. So we are now on the charts. So as you will see in front of you, we've got XRP BTC. A lot of people who are less experienced in this market will simply look at XRP US dollar. And it gives you a good viewpoint, but it's also equally important to understand where XRP is against Satoshi, the Bitcoin. We know Bitcoin can suppress the value of the entire crypto space when it falls or when it goes on a bull run. So it's equally important to understand how you read the technicals behind these Bitcoin pairings and how you can then use that to then trade on XRP US dollar. So this is the XRP BTC chart. We can see clearly here we had this pattern forming down back at the beginning of the year in March. The schedule pump and dump, which was a very interesting scenario where we banked some pretty decent profits before it actually ended up dumping, because buy the rumor, sell the fact. So since then, we've had this explosion out. We saw that massive rally up to 0.0003. So this is quite a key level. So if we first of all go back to the December 2017 bull run, what we can clearly see on this XRP BTC chart is earlier in 2017, we saw price massively rally on XRP against Bitcoin. And then we started to get price pulling back aggressively, and we ended up pushing back all the way down to these levels. So what you'll notice here is we have this strong trend line, and we've got one very similar now, which we're going to have a look at. But we also had this very significant resistance at 0.0003, which once we had that daily close above this level on XRP BTC, we then went on this massive rally which was the end of that December 2017 bull run. We know from looking at the price action of the XRP chart, XRP is one of the last movers, but one of the fastest. So this scenario really doesn't surprise me with what I'm seeing on Bitcoin right now, and also the technicals that are underlining behind this bullish thesis for XRP. So once we broke through and had that daily close above that level, which I keep talking about, but I'm going to stop saying because it's a lot of zeros, we can clearly see price rallied from that level for around a 600% gain. A little bit larger, 650% gain against BTC, the value of XRP against BTC. So when we look now to current price action, we can clearly see after that bear run that happened, that big blow off top, the bear run started happening, the accumulation phase, that 2-year period where we just saw prices being held down and pushing to the downside. We can clearly see we got back to those similar levels where XRP was against Bitcoin before. We then formed this pattern, which we then broke out of. What I've really been waiting for over the last couple of months since we pushed up into this level to really expect this parabolic run and the fun to really start for any large XRP bag holders like myself. I've been waiting for this level to be broken. We can also clearly see that strong trend line, very similar to what we saw back in 2017, which we've now broken to the upside as well, with that bullish momentum that has come in when we had this break of this very significant level. So everything on XRP BTC is looking exactly what we need to see in order for XRP against the US dollar to go parabolic and see the large 250, 500% gain move that we've seen typically across the board in a lot of the other cryptocurrencies. Now let's have a look at XRP against the US dollar and see exactly what's going on that chart. So when we look at the daily chart on XRP US dollar, we can clearly see we had that push up into this level of one nice round number where we formed this little high temporarily before breaking through and getting this high of nearing onto $2. We then pulled back, and this was pretty prevalent across the entire of the crypto space, where we saw these pullbacks to the 50 EMAs, the previous high that had just formed for this bullish phase. And then we started forming these patterns. So we're very much still in this daily pattern. However, XRP BTC gives us the indication that once this breakout occurs, this is really just going to go parabolic to the upside, and we can see some really big profit targets coming through finally for XRP holders. What I'm personally looking for is a break out of this daily pattern. So if we have a look at the 4-hour chart, it's all a little bit clearer. So on this 4-hour, we can clearly see that pattern as well. So I will personally be executing along when we get a 4-hour close out of this pattern, a bullish break. Another option, a safer option, is going to be waiting for the breakout and then the retest, looking for that strong deceleration and then the bullish momentum to come in and get live at that point. It allows you to not be trapped when we see fake outs in the market, because there's still some negatives behind the underlying of this, which I do want to talk about as well, and what the scenario might look like if we which would cause us not to see the price action develop exactly what I want to see. So it's very easy in terms of what my entry would look like. On the 1 hour chart, there's not an awful lot. We had this channel, this descending channel that we've been moving in. We popped up to the outside where we retested the top of that 4 hour pattern. And now we've rejected this previous dynamic resistance of this pattern as now support twice before price is bouncing back up. So still a lot of development is needed. However, I wanted to get this video out in order to make sure that people are ready to catch this move when it happens, as it could be at some point this week. So that's the technicals that I'm reading on XRP BTC, and also why that translates into why I think we're about to see a parabolic run in XRP US dollar, why this bullish breakout may occur very soon as we get close to the apex of this pattern, and how I plan to capture it. So let's talk about negatives. What's the scenario that stops this from playing out? So the scenario that stops this from playing out is Bitcoin. Anyone who has experience in the cryptocurrency markets, anyone who's been involved in even this run, 2017 bull run, anyone who's back tested the data and knows the usual market characteristics of this asset class, will know that Bitcoin, when it moves aggressively, when we see these large volatile moves, either bullish or bearish, the rest of the market generally follows along on the same path. Bitcoin is the negative right now because there's a lot of bearish pressure in the markets. Thank you, Elon Musk. For anyone who wants to laugh, someone's actually on PooCoin. Someone has created a coin called Fuck Elon. Go buy some if you want to. It already did like a 1200% pump on the initial price offering. Just crazy price action. There's going to be a lot of upset people because there's one thing we all know in life, and that's you don't fuck with people's money. And Elon is playing with people's money right now, the manipulation that he's doing on the price of Bitcoin. So when we actually go over to Bitcoin and have a look, what we've identified, and I personally identified this back in April 2021, so within the last couple of months when this price action was developing over here. So what we've identified is an extremely clear and obvious looking Wykoff schematic distribution. So look at the price action on Bitcoin right now. Now check this chart out. Wykoff events distribution schematic number 1. It's near, and take some time, go check this out. I'll put the link to this below so you can check out this resource, do your own research, etc. But it's near a perfect picture of a Wykoff distribution schematic 1. This is how the institutions trade. This is the manipulation. This is how they move the markets where they want them to in order to create the liquidity to then push price in their desired direction. So we're seeing this pretty much playing out to a T. It's honestly scary how close the price action is. We're still in phase D and we're at this SO level. And what we expect to see now is some consolidation before price then plummets and gives us that breakdown where we could see, if we break down the level of around 3,800, which is a little bit clearer on the daily and weekly chart, we could see levels of around 33,000 actually seen. There's extremely significant support there. We've got strong weekly dynamic support as well. So at that stage, I would expect some strong deceleration and then that move to the upside. But the bearish pressure that I'm seeing prevalent in Bitcoin right now highly suggests to me that we're at least going to see that level of 38, if not down to that 33,000 level with this bearish pressure that is present. So that is the negative and what could stop XRP from really flourishing. However, as I touched on already, and you can go back and look at the data from previous bull runs, as I touched on already, XRP is always one of the last to move before a strong correction in the cryptocurrency market on Bitcoin, which obviously leads the market. So essentially you can use it as the index of where you think price is going to go next as a total. What we need to see for altcoins to explode, what XRP needs in order to really have a parabolic run, Bitcoin doesn't have to push to the upside. If we see strong bullish momentum, it's always going to suppress how bullish the altcoins are going to be able to run, because that's where the flow of capital is going. It's going into Bitcoin at that point. It's what we've seen over the last sort of 3 months. We've been in alt season where the top 100 currencies are outperforming Bitcoin over a certain period, quarterly period, 6-month period, whatever you want to look at. We've been in that period. And that period has happened because of the consolidation that has happened on Bitcoin. this consolidation whilst we're chopping around. That's what allows the altcoins to go on those 200%, 500% explosive moves. So what we could likely see here, and why I think the XRP breakout, the bullish breakout, could be imminent and the parabolic run could happen extremely quickly, is this stage here of the Wykoff method. We see price chopping around. We see that sort of consolidation period before we then see that eventual move down. So if we can find a little bit of support here and we can start to consolidate on Bitcoin, and it seems as though we're finding support, what that will do is give XRP the space to absolutely blast off to the moon before we then see this larger distribution and we move into phase E, where we see that larger correction happen on Bitcoin. So that is my explanation and breakdown of the technicals behind why I think XRP is going to absolutely moon, and we are very close to seeing those all-time highs taken out. If you want me to make any more videos on XRP, talk about price targets, the levels that I'm looking to actually start removing percentages of profits as we breach those levels. I've already taken some profits already when we reached near to those $2 levels, when we had that pump and dump. So if you want me to cover any more XRP related videos, you want me to dig into price targets, where I'm looking to target, what levels I will be taking percentages of my holdings off of the table as we start to breach up into that new price discovery phase once that all-time high is breached, let me know in the comments below. Make sure that you're subscribed, hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Yep, I just said it again. Oh dear. Been watching too much Graham Stephan. And any more comments on anything else you guys and girls want to see from me, or anything on this video that you need further in-depth explanation of, make sure to put it in the comments section below. But for now, we're going to wrap this one up and I will see you all soon. So take care. Peace out.